Hello, everybody. Welcome to Life in the Bear Cave podcast about Andy Bundy's community. And I have here my co-host.
Hi, it's me, Bookslap. He looks
sure.
around because he's not sure where I am.
I'm not sure which direction it's going to show you at the final recording because it could point this direction and then in the recording it would be the other direction.
It's true. That does happen because on my screen, I'm on the right side and you're on the left side. But then I think every time I'm surprised when I go and I look at the VOD and it's reversed and I'm like gesturing in the wrong way. This is actually also an issue that I have during Teamwork Tuesday because I have a tendency to look at my microphone, which you can't see, but is right here. But I have a tendency to look at my microphone as the stand-in for the viewers, but that actually makes me look away from you. It's been meaning to fix that.
Speaking of Tuesday, something special happened with Teamwork Tuesday, Bookslap. What was that?
I was going to say, do you know how long I've been meaning to fix that? An entire year. There was a segue and everything. We had this. We don't plan this ahead of time. It just happens. It's the magic of we'll do it live.
And yeah, we had and before we get into the craziness, just kind of like personally, I've been busy with work and stuff, and Bookslap's also been busy with work and stuff. And you've probably seen me falling asleep on stream. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. That's what the sleepy Andy Bundy emote is for.
It's true.
It's what it's for. It's where it comes from.
It's also true.
It comes from a clip of Andy falling asleep on stream, like out, like gone, and then waking back up and realizing that he's live. It's actually what that is from. So next time you see it happen, I want you to post the sleepy Andy into chat to remind him of this fact. Yes, please do. He appreciates it.
I should make it a if that emote shows up in chat, make it like a loud noise of some sort.
No. Do the opposite. Get an automated noise that's just like a me.
I could do that too.
Me. Just honk shoo it. Just honk shoo through it. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's been crazy busy. If you're hanging around in the Discord, you will not have seen either of us nearly as much as you might have in the past because we're just busy and tired. So tired. I think I went to the dentist this month.
you did.
What? Did I?
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been at least once in my life, but I'm not sure when it was. I don't remember. It's been such a busy month with all sorts of work things and trips. I'm learning to drive is going well. I almost got into my first accident. It's great. I'm growing up right before your eyes, Chad.
There you go. And I can tell you that I remember you said going to the dentist because your dentist went a lot faster or harder than your previous one or something like that.
Two things can be true. I've never had my teeth cleaned so quickly or aggressively. Just wildly painful for just a normal cleaning. Just aggressively, just powering through, my gums and things. No, it's not a good time.
But talking about powering through, let's talk about Teamwork Tuesday and how we've powered through so many games.
That is true. It has been quite a year. It kind of happened before we even realized it. I forget. At some point at the start of April, I said to Andy, it occurred to me. I was in the bathroom and I was like, wait a minute. How long have we been doing this? And I went and I checked the VODs to see when we had uploaded the very first video of the first game that we officially played for Teamwork Tuesday, which I believe was, I almost said Spirit Fair, was Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Well, the S and the F.
Yep.
No, yeah. But I went to check it, and yeah, it was in mid-April of 2025. And then I messaged Andy right away and was like, did you realize that we've been doing Teamwork Tuesday for a whole year? Because it's coming up in a couple weeks.
That's 52 whole episodes.
That is more or less 52 whole episodes. That's true. It is, it's great that we have gotten through chapter 1. The epilogue is now done in the saga of Teamwork Tuesday. Yeah, do you remember how it first came about? Like how we got that started?
So, yes. Background. Before Bookslap did the Teamwork Tuesday stuff with me, I was doing some one-offs or some Tuesday streams with Obi-Wan 362 and Drummer Doug and Jumping Monkey Bot, where we would play cooperative games. We'd play different games like Payday and Terraria and just stuff like that. And then I got recruited by the local high school to be their theater instructor, their drama club advisor. And so that would take out my Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays because I'd be so busy by the time I'd get done with stuff, I wouldn't have time. And then near the end of that season, then Bookslap had come up to me and was like, hey, would you be interested in playing Split Fiction with me? And we could do it on Tuesday. We could rebrand it as Teamwork Tuesday. That it would be kind of similar, but not exactly the same as what you were doing before. But then going through all of the cooperative.
My recollection of this is a little bit different.
So yours probably is the right answer. So how did we start this?
My recollection of this is a little bit different. While that all is true, Andy, that is very much how Andy was doing another like cooperative weekly stream with some friends of his. And that did stop. It was like November or December or something of 2024. Like you had to stop that. And didn't you actually like change around your whole streaming schedule? Like you had to reorganize things because it was such a big commitment.
It did.
Yeah. And then I think it was in like February or something, we were talking about the possibility of doing some streams together or co-op streams, and I had seen Split Fiction around, and I had seen some other people playing it, just like little snippets of it, and there was all this talk about how it was this really fun co-op game, it was built from the ground up for co-op, and I was like, oh, that would be really cool, do you want to play that game with me? And you were saying, yeah, like, and then I think it was your idea to start streaming it together. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, cool. I've never streamed things with other people before. Ironically, immediately before Teamwork Tuesday would start, I did do co-op streams with Calamity Nolan who had approached me to say, do you want to stream together? And we played Portal 2. And it was like the week before Teamwork Tuesday would actually start. But yeah, and then... in my memory, in my recollection of events, I was like, wait, don't you already do a regular co-op streaming thing with some of your friends? And you were like, I do, but it's okay. We can just do this and that'll be fine. And we started to do it, and I did come up with the name Teamwork Tuesday. And then we were like, we should just keep doing this, right? And we were like, yeah, of course, we'll just keep doing it, and just rolled forward. I have met Obi in person, and he did make a comment about how I stole you from Tuesday.
It's true.
He did, and he's a very lovely person. I met him and his wife, very lovely people, and they laughed about it, and they were fine. So, we have buried the hatchet about the fact that I totally stole Andy.
You meant Jumping Monkey Bot too.
Streaming. Oh, okay. I have met 2 of the 3 prior streaming.
To be fair, I've never met Drummer Doug in person either, so
an international man of mystery remains an enigma. So what this means is that I have gotten the full approval to officially overtake the Tuesday streaming shenanigans, which is fine. They didn't even name the day. If they wanted it so bad, they should have given it an alliterative name that I've thought about changing.
Everybody loves alliteration.
Yeah, that's somewhat true. Yeah, some people might say that. I was actually just saying how I thought about my name instead of Bookslap being Book Bonk, just like a bonk, because that's more accurate to the motion of what one does with a book, but I don't want to be referred to as an alliterative. So that's actually why it's Book Slap. Book Smack is too long. Just the one extra character is too much.
How about book whack?
Book Whack is also too long. It takes too long to say. Yeah, it takes
Compared
too
to
long
book slap?
Yeah. Imagine how many times. Think about how many times you have said Book Slap in the last year and a half.
It just rolls off the tongue really easily.
It does. Imagine how much more time you would have used up if it was Book Whack. If it was Book Whack every time, and then people would call me Dr. Whack, and it would just get to be too much. See,
I guess it's better than book bonk or Dr. Bonk.
Dr. Bonk. Yeah, that kind of has a different connotation to it. So, after a whole year of Teamwork Tuesday, you want to keep doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Me too. What if we were just like, nah, it's done, it's over?
That would be news to me.
That would be a surprise for literally everyone involved. I wrote this question in the notes, and I'm really curious what your answer is going to be, and I'm going to sit in awkward silence until you answer it.
Okay.
What have we learned in a year of Teamwork Tuesday?
We have very different playing styles that complement each other, and some things that Bookslap might do I wouldn't think of, and some things that I do Bookslap wouldn't think of, and it just works out. And and learning that there is no one right type of game. Like, we played different games. We had the split fiction, we had the house flippers, Hexen, stuff like that, and just how they could be. They're all cooperative games, but they're not all the same. Like, I'm not going to play Streets of Rage the same way that I'm playing Fall Guys.
I mean, you can if you grab people a lot in Fall Guys, which we did play. We actually have the whole list in front of us. We're acting as though we don't have it, but we did play.
I have to scroll down for it.
So do I. I did insist. Once Andy showed me that you could disrupt other people by grabbing them, I immediately kept running over and grabbing him and standing perfectly still.
What he didn't realize is that I kept trying to signal the, hey, get on my back, and he would never get on my back.
I don't know. I did actually realize that. I just didn't know how to do it. I'm the kind of player who will just jump in and wing it and figure things out later, and I didn't figure that out in the very short amount of time we had to play. And so I was like, this is fine. It's okay. I did realize that, actually.
Okay. Okay.
That way, Andy could carry me to victory. You actually had an answer about what we had learned, way faster than I was expecting.
So what about you, Bookslap? What have you learned this year in Teamwork Tuesday?
I also learned that it is very difficult to predict what kinds of games are going to jive with us and what kinds of games are going to jive with the audience, what kinds of things they're going to want to see. There have definitely been some games that we've played that I've enjoyed every game that we've played. There are some that I've been really surprised to see people don't really want to watch, and there are others that I'm surprised to see that people are like, yeah, let's do this thing. Let's get into this. And I don't exactly know whether that's a function of the game itself or whether it's a byproduct of you and I interacting. Because I would like to believe that people come for Teamwork Tuesday to hang out with us. And that's it. That ultimately they don't care what we're playing. We have asked you in the past, you, the viewer, we have asked you in the past what kinds of games do you want to see us stream individually, together, and you've given the heartwarming response of, we don't care what you play, we just want to spend time with you, which is sweet and great, but it doesn't help us pick something to play. It's like, that's lovely. I still don't know what to play, though.
It's probably a 70-30 mix. 70% for us, 30% for the game.
Yeah, there's always going to be some of that. But so some of it has been a big surprise. And when we actually we could take the time now if you want to go through the list, because there's some that have for sure been a surprise in that regard.
Well, before we dive deep into the Teamwork Tuesday details, do we want to talk about kind of what we did in the last month in April?
We
Or should we do that
could.
after?
Maybe we should do that after. We're
All
already
right, let's do
kind
that
of
after.
we're already kind of like knee deep in Teamwork Tuesday. That way, this is the main topic for today's
It
episode.
is.
That way, when it's done, people can stop 2/3 of the way through. I don't want them to do that, but we'll see if they do.
I'll check the retention charts. It's fine.
See, Andy, what you may not realize about him is that despite his cuddly persona, he's actually a big scientist nerd at heart, and he loves like looking at all the data for all of these things. So what I'm saying is he knows exactly what you're doing. He has the numbers to back it up. He does. He does. He has whole spreadsheets. He has spreadsheets. I've seen them.
So, Teamwork Tuesday.
Okay, so from beginning to end, in approximately the correct order, like give or take a few slots, we have played Split Fiction, Streets of Rage 2, Mario Party 3, Mario Kart World, Peak, Hexen, Power Wash Simulator, Castle Crashers, Backrooms Escape Together, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Overcooked 2, House Flipper 2, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, otherwise known as Bundy Slap and the Amazing Mirror, Mario Tennis Fever, Scott Pilgrim EX. On our official anniversary of Teamwork Tuesday, we played Fall Guys, and we have since played Cave Story in a special community multiplayer mod for that game. Technically, that is the first game that we have played in year 2 of Teamwork Tuesday, but Andy wanted to make sure that we were really thorough, so he added that to the list.
So out of all of those games, which one surprised you the most that was well received?
Hexen. I was really surprised at Hexen. So you have to understand, I suggested this game because it was a favorite of mine in my childhood. In my household, my brothers and I and my dad played a lot of Doom and Doom 2. It was like a whole thing in our household. And my dad had gotten, back in the days of getting games and like shareware discs and things from like a software store or like CompUSA or something. Man, so I just threw somebody into the past by saying CompUSA. And I apologize for that. Make sure you take ibuprofen for your lower back. He brought home the shareware version of Heretic, which is, if you've never played it, it is Doom except magic instead of space. Still fighting demons, but it's magic instead of space. And then the sequel to Heretic is Hexen. And Hexen is a little bit more RPG. You can choose a character class, and they're different, and there's a little bit more, like you have a hub world, and you explore them out. So it was a game that I really loved as a kid. I showed it to Andy. I don't think you had ever played it before. Is that correct?
That is correct. I've heard of it, but I had never played it.
Right. Yeah, because you're like, I think you had said that your dad had played Heretic and Doom and those kinds of id Software games back in the day. Yeah. So we started to play it. It was easy to. They had a new release of Heretic and Hexen on Steam as like a combo pack. We played it. It ran reasonably well. We got through, and people got really into it. We have since subsequently had people tell me about how they really enjoy the clips from those episodes. They come up a lot when people give us shout-outs into
The
other
clip where I
streams.
jumped off the cliff into the pit.
Yes, people really enjoy the clip where you jumped into the pit and I just broke down laughing. Yeah, that one is a fan favorite. I've had some people actually recently ask, hey, are you going to finish playing Hexen? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? We did finish it. Apparently there was a whole expansion to the game and then like a pseudo sequel that I just never knew about. So we're going to play those.
Yeah.
They're on the list for
It's a hard
Teamwork
maybe of
Tuesday.
when, but
Yeah. Nothing is set in stone, but it's on the list for season 2 of Teamwork Tuesday. So yeah, just one of those games was like, oh, other people really like this? I had no idea. Okay, interesting.
Okay, yeah. And then on the opposite side, which one did you expect to do well and didn't?
There was a point in which I thought we were going to play a lot more Power Wash Simulator, I think it literally just put everyone to sleep. We played it one day, like the simulators. It put us to sleep. Yeah, Andy is gesturing at himself, but it was ready to put us to sleep. And you know, with how popular these simulator games are, I kind of thought we would just get more into the swing of it, but we just weren't feeling it. It was a little tedious. I think if we could play a simulator game, you know, like VHS store simulator or TCG shop simulator, something like that, where it's more like doing tasks rather than the minutia of washing every little, you know, detail
Yeah,
off.
we're at 99%. Where is that 1% of dirt in this?
Yeah, I think that's what makes the difference. But what about you? What games really surprised you? Let's start with game that surprised you that wasn't received well, or that you thought could have done better.
Probably Power Wash Simulator.
Powerhouse Simulator is just me.
Yeah, but you're not simulating. Power Wash, and possibly a little bit of House Flipper too. Kind of one of those two.
Really?
Yeah,
What was it about House Flipper that you would say?
well, other than the fact that it crashed on me in the middle of the game.
That's true.
I wasn't doing anything like abnormal either. I was just doing regular gameplay.
That's true. You did break that game in a variety of unexpected ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For those of you who may be new fans to Teamwork Tuesday, Andy is great at QA. He will figure out how to break your game doing very normal things. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, and kind of similar to what you said, Power Wash was kind of less exciting than I expected it to be. I'd rather just get an actual power washer and go outside.
Well, we'd all prefer that. We'd all love to get away to the Cleve for the weekend, Lemon.
Well, and then like House Flipper, I was just like, okay, yeah, the millennial fantasy of owning a house.
We actually started House Flipper 2 with the intent of playing the Christmas DLC, and we didn't think we would have to play nearly as much to get there.
Right.
Took a while to get there. I actually had to play the game in my off time to help get us to that point so we could do the Christmas DLC before Christmas.
That was crazy.
Yeah. But what was a pleasant surprise then?
Backrooms escape together. I'm kind of surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We didn't talk, chat. We didn't talk about this in advance. This is genuine excitement. Oh man. Oh,
So,
I'm gonna play so many more horror games now. This was a mistake. You shouldn't have told me this.
I mean, who else doesn't love an eternal loop of Daisy sung by a computer?
That's true. We did get stuck in a level for a while that just keeps singing that song.
And then everybody was amazed at how calm I was on stream compared to Bookslap. Where Bookslap's over here freaking out and screaming, and I'm just kind of playing the game.
I was only hamming it up a little bit. Just a little bit. There were times where I was genuinely like, oh, please stop. Like, that's real. That was actually for real, me. Andy, Stonewall. Just nothing.
It's a video game.
Video games are real and they can hurt you. So, I don't know what to tell you. They hurt me constantly in all sorts of emotional and psychological ways.
That's
well,
fair.
I'm glad to know that Backrooms Escape Together was a game that was a pleasant surprise for you, because it should be having its 1.0 launch, I think this month actually, or next month. So I guess we'll just have to go back into the back rooms. Oh no.
I mean, I technically work, like, going to work. There's some hallways that I'm 100% sure are in the back rooms.
Yeah, I live there, so
yeah.
I understand. My beige hallways, yeah.
Yeah, and then it wasn't just games that we did for Teamwork Tuesday. There were a couple times where you were on work trips, and then we did some co-working streams.
That's true. That's true. We did.
There was also the time that we recorded this podcast live.
We did, which was such a good episode of us talking about, what is it, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the 30th anniversary. That was good because I think, it's one of those things that, like, I think people recognize that as mid-30s millennials, yeah, we know a lot about Pokemon and we're like in the fandom. I think that episode proved that we know a lot more and have much stronger opinions about Pokemon than maybe some people were expecting. That was some of the commentary, some of the feedback that we got on that. By the way, that co-working stream where we worked on things like logos and official music for Teamwork Tuesday, we didn't forget. Before anybody has a chance to ask, we didn't forget. We have plans for year 2. Don't worry. That episode will not be forgotten. It's just, again, the first and second most busiest people that you know.
For those of you on video, look at the bags under these eyes. They're genuine.
It's not just makeup.
It's not just makeup.
No, yeah, I know. I've been thinking about that lately. I don't have any skincare routine. I just drink water and moisturize, and I know that's like 70% of the battle, but
I need to drink more water and not just
you don't
during
drink
stream.
water, do you?
I do when I'm on stream, and on occasion, like today, I drink pretty much all of this.
Doesn't your office have, for record, for those of you who are just listening, he held up a 30-ounce water bottle?
40.
40. But, it looks smaller than that. But maybe it's not like a thick wall. Can't you fill that up at work with bubble water, flavored bubble water?
I can. That's when I remember to go to the cafeteria and fill it up.
You just got to start bubble maxing, and you'll be fine.
Bubble maxing.
Yeah. As an old person, it is my responsibility to abuse the slang of the younger generations until they are forced to abandon it and come up with new words. It is my responsibility, and I take that responsibility very seriously.
Cool.
Were there any other games that really stood out to you that we did that we played for Teamwork Tuesday?
So I was personally excited that we got to play through the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and EX. Both of those. If you don't know this already about me, love the Scott Pilgrim franchise. And so being able to play through all of them, despite playing on hard mode for the first game, it was still worth it. For those of you who weren't watching, we didn't realize there was level up and strength enhancers until literally the last level.
Yeah, we got all the way to the final level, and then I was like, "Why is this so hard?"
I think it was like Dipole or someone in chat who was like, "Hey, did you do this?"
Oh, have you been getting the stat boosts? And we're like, getting the what?
Yeah.
Doing the what now?
And then Overcooked was another one that I actually enjoyed too, despite it getting a little out of hand.
Overcooked was a game that people actually commented on that and like, wow, you're like communicating and you're working together, you're splitting up the work, and when one of you gets upset, you're like calming each other down and then like working towards it. You're not like screaming at each other and getting mad and ruining your friendship. It's like, this isn't how I played Overcooked. And it's like, well,
I'm not you.
It's like, sorry. Sorry that we have great communication. It was still hard though. It was still hard and frustrating. Yeah, who cooks on 2 rafts going down a river? I mean, come on. That level sucks butt.
It did.
I hated that level so much. You know what? Yeah. Tis a silly place. Let's not return there.
True. Well, speaking of returning to things, do we have any ideas of game? We've talked about kind of going back to, what was it? Backrooms Escape Together. There was another one that you had mentioned, Hexen. Are there any other games on the horizon for Teamwork Tuesday?
There are plenty of games on the horizon because it is a weekly show. So, I have been doing some planning and doing some work to figure out some games to flesh out and give us some more variety. I think in year 2 of Teamwork Tuesday, I think you're going to see us attempt, hopefully, as long as the logistics work out, you're going to see us attempt to do more fan-made games and more mods for existing games, and maybe some things that are going to require an extremely high level of knowledge and communication about various things. But I don't know. We'll see. It depends on if our computers want to cooperate.
Right.
But I have things planned, and I hope you like them. If you don't like them, just lie to me and tell me that you like them. It's
Yeah,
fun.
you don't want to see Bookslap crash out.
Wow! Yeah, please don't. It's mostly crying. It's mostly me crying.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Feeling a little attacked.
Hey,
All right.
it's just part of the crew.
I know. Okay. What do you hope for the future of Teamwork Tuesday? What kinds of things would you like to see?
I'm interested in seeing more cooperation, of course, and seeing games that maybe I've never played before, or maybe different ways to approach games that I've never thought about before, or maybe another Mario Party game. That's not necessarily teamwork. Could be.
It can be. You can
can
team
be.
Mario Party. That's true. You can team Mario Party.
Maybe we could get out some, what is that called? Dolphin, and do the online double dash or something. That's teamwork, isn't it?
The problem with Double Dash is that it does have co-op, but only one person is driving at a time.
Yep.
The other person is just throwing items, which is fine, but it's, you know, unless you do something where, like, you could do it where, like, every lap you switch. Mm-hmm. You could do that. It's the same thing with, like, Donkey Kong Country, where I believe, like, you're each only controlling one Kong at a time.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, it's technically co-op, but it kind of blows.
It's
like...
not like Sonic 2, where you can play as Tails separately.
Yeah. Yeah, which
We'll
is a shame.
do Sonic 3, Sonic 4, maybe not Sonic 4.
Actually, I don't remember. I only played Sonic 4 Episode 1, because that was back when games were being episodic for no reason, right? Yeah, I think I only played
Episode 2
Episode
was better than 1, but... yeah.
1. Yeah, but we won't talk about that. We'll save that for the Sonic episode.
There we go.
Note to self, have a Sonic the Hedgehog episode. Actually, I should write that down. We should have a Sonic the Hedgehog episode. And in fact, if there are any ideas that you, the viewers, have for future episodes, please make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, and comment on your favorite platforms, but preferably YouTube, because that's the one that I look at the most.
Yeah, you can please leave a comment or use the podcast discussion channel in the Discord, discord.gg/Bundy, and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently I give off Sonic energy, Sonic vibes.
It's true. Okay, I said this to Andy the other day, and I need you to chat. I need you to confirm this. Andy gives off Sonic vibes. I'm not talking about gotta go fast. I'm talking about Sonic's actual personality, where he's goofy and he's friendly. He makes friends easily. He's curious, not judgmental. He loves hot dogs. And he's willing to, like, do anything to help people. Like, he's everybody's best friend. Like, come on. Andy gives off Sonic the Hedgehog vibes. Like, when you actually know him. See, and he does that all the time. The piece, yeah, no. Andy gives off Sonic the Hedgehog vibes. And Andy gives off Sonic the Hedgehog. He was surprised when I just, like, casually said this in conversation. He was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, because you're everybody's friend, and you're, like, curious, not judgmental. Like, I keep saying that like it's therapy talk. You know, congratulations, you're getting a sneak peek into what my therapy sessions are like. Yeah, he does. It's like, Andy, I don't know how to break this to you, but you're actually very smart, which means you're a little bit less himbo than I think you would like to be.
It's okay.
You're actually very smart.
I'll come to terms with it eventually.
Yeah, I hope
guess I need to
that you can
rebrand.
forgive me. I hope that you can forgive me for saying such a disparaging thing as "you are smart." SMRT.
Well,
And Sonic is smart.
it's true.
He is. He's just not Tails level smart.
So speaking of Discord earlier, what kind of stuff is...
I'm sorry. I was just explaining last night that, like, Teamwork Tuesday and the Life in the Bear Cave podcast are great excuses for Andy and I to just have scheduled time to hang out. Not that we don't hang out, like, literally every day, but it's, like, a great excuse for us to play games and hang out and talk about a whole bunch of stuff. And, like, we would be doing this anyway. So we might as well record it and stream it. Like... You know, if we didn't have these platforms, we would still be doing this. So, you know, first and foremost, it's us enjoying time together.
Well, part of the community, we watched some interesting movies for movie nights in April. Do you remember which ones they were?
I don't remember anything about the month of April.
So April, we watched 4 movies. We watched Big Boys, we watched The Wedding Singer, we watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and La La Land.
Those are Those 4 movies are 4 movies, is what I almost said.
That they are.
That is technically true. You know, they were all good movies. They were very different. It's a good... Andy, can you give us like a 2-sentence synopsis of each movie? Ready, set, go!
All right, Big Boys. Kid goes camping with his cousins and cousin's boyfriend and camping shenanigans. That's 2 sentences. Wedding Singer. Adam's...
Skip over like the entire plot, but sure, we'll go on.
Adam Sandler sings for weddings, falls in love with Drew Barrymore. It's 2 sentences. Comedy.
Yeah, comedy by itself is sentence number 2. Okay, go on.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott falls in love with Ramona Flowers. Scott has to defeat her 7 exes to win her love? Question mark.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little unclear on that. Prove his love, I guess?
Prove, maybe. And then La La Land. I think that would take more than 2 sentences, but there's a lot of jazz.
A lot of jazz is sentence number 1. Sentence number 2 is 2 people fall in love. Well, you know, it turns out these movies are all the same. They're all about... It turns out they're all the same. They're all stories about people having feelings for another person. Sometimes those feelings are unrequited. Sometimes those feelings, work out. Sometimes those feelings are reciprocal, but still don't work out. So really, that's...
We should have done this during February.
Yeah, apparently we just watched love movies. Romances is the words
yeah.
for
Love
that?
movies.
Love movies. Love movies. That's going to be the next piece of merch. It's just going to say love movies. It's just going to say love movies. I've been working on merch for us, a refresh of the shop, and so far it's mostly just phrases that have been said on the show that I think some might not be super weird to have, on like a sticker or a shirt. Like me screaming, "with a pipe," as one of them. That's my favorite. So look forward to that.
I had a train of thought. It's gone.
Yeah, get that out of here. We don't do that here.
Just to explain for those of you who may not know about our movie nights in Discord, every Wednesday or Thursday, I spin a wheel, or Bookslap, or whoever is available at the time, and we spin for 3 movies. And then in the movie night channel, we show the poll and the 3 trailers, and community votes on it. What does that look?
The brain cell is working overtime for this. It's really struggling. It's smoking and sparking a little bit.
I'm sorry. But then the poll is usually set for 24 hours, and then when 24 hours is done, then we say, hey, this is the movie that we're watching, typically Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight or Standard Time, whatever time it is at that point. And then we watch the movie together, and it's a good time. Like this Saturday, we're watching
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. That's right.
Yeah, sorry, not the Taylor Swift Eras tour, but it came close.
It
came
no,
close.
it really didn't. But
Oh, it didn't. Okay.
no, we made Raven out to be a liar.
Look, I wouldn't actually have had a problem with watching that movie. I like Taylor Swift, and you know what? I actually kind of like concert documentary movies as much as she is a laughing stock these days. I actually kind of really enjoyed the movie documentary for Katy Perry's Teenage Dream tour. I have seen it multiple times, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, it was not bad. It was the one time in which we kind of liked Katy Perry, so it was like, okay, I'll watch this, and then right off that cliff. But
Is now a bad time to announce that in college I was a big fan of Katy Perry and her music?
no, because that was the appropriate time.
Okay.
That was when she made music that people liked. It's just all of the time after that has been a flaming train wreck.
But yes, I felt like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again.
We all have wise words.
Yeah.
Wise words.
So, anything else we want to talk about in Discord? We did add. Was it this month that we added the ticketing system?
I have no idea. Again, I've been so overwhelmed with things and tired that I do not know. But we do have a ticketing system so that if you have a problem, a concern, a question, a suggestion, whatever you want, you can send it direct. You can open a ticket directly with the mods.
The mod support channel.
Directly with the mods, and we'll deal with whatever the thing is. We also are starting to use the announcements channels more to actually put forth and let people know that things are happening, whether it's streams, movie nights, community nights. Andy and I, and by Andy and I mean Andy, have done some work in the background to make the scheduling and organizing of those things easier, so we can just throw the events up and they stay there. And they update appropriately. So lots of back-end work has been done, actually. Again, by Andy and I, by which I mean by Andy.
And there's also a new channel, the art gallery, I think is what I called it, where you can put in any art that you've done. It's kind of cool, and I like to see what I've seen already. I've enjoyed, so do it more.
Do the thing, chat.
But yeah, I don't think. Is there anything else that we want to talk about concerning Discord?
I don't think so. I think we have just enough time left to round out today's episode with just a recap of what we've been doing this month.
Yeah.
What kinds of things have we done solo as much as that is possible for the two of us? So what have you been playing? What have you been doing?
All right, let me scroll up to the notes that I totally wrote myself. This month in streaming, we played. We finished off Pokemon Leaf Green. We beat the Elite Four, beat the rival champion. That's what his name was at that point. And
His title was.
Title, yeah. That.
Imagine if you beat a person in Pokemon and you steal their name. It's like you're a fey creature who tricks someone into giving you their firstborn.
But then I allowed everybody to stop cringing at how underleveled I was. And then we moved to Mario Galaxy because the Mario Galaxy movie had come out. And I was really excited, and we finished that.
And if you want to hear Andy's thoughts on the Mario Galaxy movie, that was the previous episode.
That's true.
Yeah, so go check out those prior episodes. I'm there too, but mostly Andy.
We also played Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. That was released, and the island of Bundaberg is up and thriving. We have a bunch of people from the community in the island, as well as some special guests. And we've also done some one-offs. Like, I did a Marbles on stream because I had to go out and run an errand. I did realize I actually have the bookmark for Words on Stream, so next time I have to do something like that, I have it ready.
Words on Stream is a good one. I think everybody likes that game.
And then Mario Galaxy 2, I just started during this month, and I'm getting close to finishing it as of yesterday's stream.
You'll finish it in your next stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which means you have to figure out what to do after that.
Yeah.
Which is always a stressful moment.
It's true. But I have some thoughts and some ideas, and I really liked Mario Galaxy, and I'm glad I got to play it. And I'm excited for when Pokemon Home lets me move all my stuff from Leaf Green into Pokemon Home.
You can get Patrick the Venusaur in there.
I can put him in Pokemon Champions.
Give him a nice little place to be.
Yeah.
You haven't played Pokemon Champions on stream, have
Not
you?
on stream, no.
No, okay.
I
know
did
you've been
it
playing
in
it a bit.
Discord.
Yeah.
And I've done it just off stream, which I'm enjoying, but I haven't done it on stream.
Just checking.
I also played. Oh, yesterday was May. We'll talk about it later.
What?
I played the one little bit of Tetris 99, but that wasn't in April.
That's true. You literally played a single game of Tetris 99. That is true. And you know what? He asked me in advance, like, remind me to play Tetris 99 this weekend because there's a special giveaway for some Tamagotchi Life skins, like wallpapers for the game. And I was like, okay, and I did it. He got it. Mission accomplished. I completed my task like a good crewmate.
Oh, so good crewmate. What did you do this last month?
Hold on. This is Andy time. We're not moving on to Bookslap time yet. We have the inquiring minds want to know. You haven't finished Mario Galaxy 2 yet, but which one do you prefer, 1 or 2, and why?
2. It has Yoshi. Next question.
Okay. I need more than that, but yes, it has Yoshi. That is technically true. But they're very different in how they're like set up and how they and how you play them.
Also, apparently Mario Galaxy 2 has Cosmic Rosalina, where apparently that wasn't in anything else.
Can you describe for the viewers at home what Cosmic Rosalina is?
It's like Metal Mario, but it's space, and instead of Mario, it's Rosalina.
You know, that actually is a really good way to put it. now that you say it, that is a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Super Mario Galaxy 1 doesn't have a throwback galaxy that takes you back to a previous game, Mario 64.
Which Andy hates. A notorious Mario 64 hater. Yeah.
If you compare it to Banjo-Kazooie, sure. But I like Mario 64 on its own.
Well, now that is a real thing that I feel like we need to talk about.
See the shirt?
You know, I think this came up. That's true. Andy is gesturing towards the fact that he is wearing a Banjo-Kazooie shirt. That is true. And I can actually recognize... I've seen you wear that shirt a whole bunch, and I think I can now actually recognize that it is, in fact, Kazooie and not Tooie. Mm-hmm. And you know what is the giveaway? To me, really is the pyramid.
Not the Rusty Bucket?
I thought about the boat, but it's really the pyramid.
Or the alligator from Bubble Gloop.
Is that what that is?
Or the lighthouse from
the snowman. Yeah. Well, I could only see the top half. I could only see the top half.
Or Clanker.
Is that Clanker?
Yeah, because the little bolts.
The bolt.
The blowhole.
I can see. Well, sharks don't have blowholes. I can see that that's
not a
Clanker.
Shark. He's a garbage disposal.
Yeah, but he's shaped like a shark, and he's full of meat. He's more meat than disposal. He's shark fin. So we're just gonna we're just gonna 3-jump, hip-hop, yahoo away from the Mario 64 Banjo-Kazooie thing there.
Have we not talked about that before?
I feel like you and I have talked about this like back when I was playing Banjo-Kazooie for the first time, but I feel like it's not something that we've ever gotten to talk about on stream. Do you want to have a whole episode where we talk about Banjo-Kazooie? We can do that. It's your podcast. We can literally do whatever you want.
Give me 2 years.
2 years? Because then Banjo 3 will be out?
No, because in 2 years, it'll be, let's see, 2008.
Will that be the anniversary?
2028 will be the 30th anniversary of Banjo.
So in 2028, we can have an episode all about Banjo for the 30th anniversary?
I mean, we could. I mean, Rare just had their 40th. Was it 40th anniversary?
It was their 40th, but it was last year.
That
happened last year. Yeah, that happened last year.
So we could.
And also, they're like tightly shackled to, Microsoft's heel at the moment. So, okay. So you think I will forget about this? But in 2028, we're doing a Banjo 30th episode.
We can do it beforehand if we want to.
So how about we record the episode 2 years in advance? And then we just release it in 2028. Is that cool? Everyone's fine with this plan? Okay,
I'm
I
not
don't
going
hear
to be
any
Mr.
objections.
Beast.
What does that mean? What?
Have you not seen the videos where Mr. Beast was like, "Oh, record this in like 2 years, and I'm releasing it and scheduling it now, and blah blah blah." No, we'll do it live.
Like, when you say I'm not Mr. Beast, that could go in so many horrible directions. Like, I don't...
That's true.
For the record, I have never watched a single moment of Mr. Beast content because I am not Gen Z. Is that Gen Z or is that Gen Alpha? Kind of both. It's
Probably a little bit of both.
It's Gen Z. It's Gen Z. Gen ZA.
Oh, so like Pokemon Legends. Got it.
Yeah, it's like Zillennials. Or like the mid generations. It's Gen Z.
Zillennials or Zillennials? Because when you put an X in front of it, it's still a Z sound.
That's true. No, stop. Okay, now I'm catching up with what you're saying. I don't know. I can't answer this question. So what have I been doing in April? Now it's officially Bookslap time.
Bookslap time.
I have been defeated. Unlike Teamwork Tuesday, I am
Not
quite
easily
easily defeated. Jeez. This past month, we got sad with Spiritfarer. We spent a lot of time playing Spiritfarer. I think we had already finished up Kingdom Hearts back in March. I'm not 100% sure, to be for real with you. I think I had finished it. But then, after I finished Spiritfarer, it was time to spin the wheel again. And the wheel picked Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I downloaded the game, I got it running on my computer, and it ran like poop from a butt. So we did not play that on stream. Instead, I actually got a copy of Pragmata from a friend with like a deluxe edition that had all the like little bonus starting DLC, which was cool. That game actually, even though it's brand new, actually does run on my computer. Now, I had to go through the process of shutting off everything else. This was maxing out my computer's resources. I had to shut down everything else. Couldn't even have like Firefox or Chrome or anything open to like manage stream through. I had to manage it through my phone and just have OBS and the game, and that's it. I don't think I even had my Stream Deck running or anything like that. And it was like just enough resources to play and stream the game.
So Bookslap was Windows maxing.
Yeah, I was actually Windows maxing. I was RAM maxing. Was really the thing. In fact, since the last time I played, I actually doubled the amount of RAM on my computer. I bought pure gold in this day and age. I bought the fastest RAM sticks that I could reasonably get for my 2019 processor. And so now I've gone from 16 gigs to 32, which it's nice to finally join other computer users in the year of 2023. Because now I can just run things. So that's cool. I'm hoping that will stretch out my computer's lifespan into the next year, and maybe I'll be able to afford a total upgrade. And maybe Jedi Fallen Order will come back, because I do really want to play this game. It just, again, it's just doo-doo. Like, it just does not run very well at all. I have to re-download it, and it's huge. So we'll see. I haven't had a chance to test it yet. I just got the RAM in there yesterday. I had to like reset the BIOS. I had to open up the computer, take out the battery for the motherboard for the memory. Yeah, I had to take the battery out to reset it because seating the new RAM in, my displays weren't working at all. It wasn't even giving me an error message or anything. It was just like, no signal. There's nothing here. Sorry.
Jeez.
Yeah, I had to completely reset my BIOS and actually restore it to default. So that thinks that it's 2019, which I'm sure that won't be a problem. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. But in the meantime, Pragmata is really fun. I've really enjoyed that. I'm getting it. I'm unk-maxing. Once again, it's my responsibility to abuse the slang as an old. But Pragmata is really fun. I don't think it's that long of a game. There's a reasonable chance that we'll finish it in like a stream or two left. And then I'll probably keep playing it on my own because I'm really enjoying it. But you know what? I already know what game comes after that because you all threw enough channel points at the wall that we have earned our next Kingdom Hearts game. Not Recoded. Chain of Memories is actually the one. I have the wrong thing written in the notes. So, from what I have heard, it is not good. I have heard that it is not good. So
What's funny about that is Raven was threatening rabies on people to finish.
Really, yeah. We were sitting at it was a 200,000 point challenge, and we were sitting at 199,000, and people were coming in and giving like 100.
Yeah,
200 points because they were just maxed out. They had already contributed, but it's
points
okay.
Maxing.
They did points max, and that sparked joy maxing in me, because again I've heard, man, Chain of Memories was a GBA game, was a Game Boy Advance like card battle game that basically just goes over the events of the first game again, but introduces new characters and advances the plot in some ways. I've never played it, but the remade version of the game is still a card battler, but it's in real time, and 3D, which everybody on the Kingdom Hearts Reddit says makes it way worse. So
interesting.
Look forward to that, because that's our next game. Fortunately, you don't have to play it. I do. So, and also, even more fortunately, when we're done with that, we start our challenge for the best Kingdom Hearts game, 2, and so that will actually be a genuine pleasure to play.
Kingdom Hearts 3 did come out, right?
Kingdom Hearts 3 did, in fact, come out. I have it. There's, like, 5 games between 2 and 3 or something like that.
That doesn't... I guess it's Final Fantasy counting. Got it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but, like, I don't like it when you say it out loud. Yeah, it's a whole... Well, I've never played any of those other games, so I can't really say. I mean, I can, and I will, but I shouldn't. I think some of them happen in the past, and some of them are, like, in between other games, so... I don't know. I'm not concerned. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything in Kingdom Hearts is fine. We just won't worry about it. Eventually, we'll get to Kingdom Hearts 3. Probably not this year. It'll probably be this time next year. But I do have that. So...
Well, there you go.
Fun. But that's it.
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so. We've talked about the future of Teamwork Tuesday. I sneak revealed that we're working on new merchandise, and that things like the logo and the official theme song are still in process. But no, I think that's probably about it. I'm really looking forward to another year of Teamwork Tuesday. And this time next year, I think we're going to have even more stuff to talk about, even more cherished memories with you all to return to and review. So, yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. And then just to wrap up, don't forget to follow us on socials and all that fun stuff. Until next time, this has been Life in the Bear Cave. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.